Hello, everybody. My name is Meg from Beyond Mystic, and welcome back to another episode of your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Very happy to be with you guys here today to share the astrological forecast for March 13th to March 19th. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're all doing well out there as we are now stepping into eclipse season. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, it's going to start picking up, getting more and more intense energies as we get into the eclipse portal from March 25th with the full moon lunar eclipse going into April 8th with the new moon solar eclipse. So we'll be talking a bit about that today and in upcoming content. But before we dive deep into the astrology, want to mention to you guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube and Rumble channel. We've been getting a lot of comments lately that people have been getting unsubscribed without pressing unsubscribe. So just make sure, double check that you are subscribed to our channels to stay up to date with all our content. And if you really enjoy, please share with people that you think might be interested in our magical content over here. Also, you guys, I'm offering personal astrological consultations over at the link in the description box of this video, consultations.beyondmystic.net. And yeah, there's a few different reading offerings that I've got, personal forecasts looking at your year ahead with astrological transits, a solar return birthday reading, your birthday chart, solar return chart, and of course, a birth chart deep dive analysis reading as well. And if you'd like to book a consultation with me, I think at the moment my earliest availability is in May, and we've got a 10% off coupon code that you can use, which is Beyond Mystic, all in one word. So yeah, we are here. We are in the last week of our astrological year in the Western astrology. So in Western astrology, as I'm sure you guys have heard me say, if you've been following my Beyond Astro reports for a while, our natural new year is the spring equinox, which is when the sun enters 0 degrees of Aries season. So the Gregorian calendar is not a naturally based new year at all. It was created by the Vatican to start getting us to be organized to pay our taxes. So it has nothing to do with our natural health, our natural timeline, our well-being. Yeah, natural times. So in the Northern Hemisphere, our spring equinox is our natural new year. And we're now in the Western astrology, what we call the last decan of Pisces season. So we're in the last 10 degrees of Pisces season. As I'm filming this video today, the sun is at 23 degrees of Pisces on March 13th. So we're almost at the end of sun in Pisces season. We're in the last week of this astrological year. And we're going to be having a very big energy full moon lunar eclipse in 11 days. So there's a theme this week and going into next week around major completion, endings, and dissolving of things that no longer serve us. And I don't know about you guys, I've been feeling it in my personal life, and I've been noticing it with some people around me. But a lot of Pisces in astrology deals with fantasies and illusion and things that are not actually real and based in the grounded reality, in the shadow aspect of Pisces. And that's something that I've been really noticing lately with Saturn, granddaddy Saturn in Pisces, the planet of challenge and hard reality checks, Neptune in Pisces. A lot of illusions, lies are coming up for us personally and in the collective to face. So I would advise a really good way to work with the energy of this week, as we're in the last week of the astrological year, is be honest with yourself about what illusions, fantasies, and deceptions you're telling yourself, you're playing yourself out that are not actually real and grounded, right? And we don't need to feel bad for ourselves because this is an energy that's there. in the quantum field. Things can feel very confusing. Things can feel very illusory and hard to tell with what's real with so much Pisces, but it's very important for us as we're now about to start a whole new year, which is a good time to be setting intentions on the spring equinox, doing goal setting, putting our wishes out there. This is a really good week before that to be honest with ourselves about what are we letting go of, what fantasies are we holding on to, or what illusions and lies are we holding on to that don't actually serve us. And whenever we're letting something go in life, it's important for us to replace it with something else. We can do as much cord cutting, energetic healing, meditations as we want, but if we're not going to replace something, we can just repeat a pattern or attract something back to ourselves. So like, I'll give you guys an example. If someone has an issue with, I don't know, drinking, for example, which is a pretty serious issue, but you need to replace that issue with something else. You need to start drinking something new that you will enjoy as a substitute for alcohol, as an example. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. Also, speaking of alcohol, it's funny that that came through. Pisces rules alcohol, drugs, things that take us out of our body. So I think that can be a very big theme in the collective in terms of what are some of these things that don't serve us? You know, it's things that take us out of our body, Pisces. It's things that take us out of our present moment awareness. So I would advise just be honest with yourself about, is there anything like that that you have as a behavioral pattern or even addiction in your life? Okay, because it's now a good time to let it go before we start this natural new astrological year. Also, we are in the energy of eclipse season. We're just 11 days away from a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. So there's a huge theme as we get into this eclipse energy of major life changes and very big signs, synchronicities coming forward. The universe really speaks to us clearly. We're in a very magical frequency when we're in an eclipse season. So paying attention to what is coming up for you at this time through signs, synchronicities, your dreams, just overall themes in life, because the universe is speaking to us and trying to assist in course correcting us into our faith, destiny, highest timeline available. That's what it's all about, destiny and big life changes. And speaking of eclipses, I'm very excited to share that this Friday, March 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a 2024 Spring Eclipses live workshop on the BeyondMystic.academy. The link will be in the description box of this video as well. And this is going to be really fun and informative. I'm so excited to be doing this. I'm going to do a deep dive into the eclipse season, the March 25th lunar eclipse, the new moon solar eclipse on April 8th, why eclipses are important astronomically and astrologically. And I'm also going to do 12 sign reading predictions for this eclipse season, but also for the whole rest of the year, because eclipses are very underrated as one of the most important things to pay attention to in astrology, to see how we can be in natural alignment and what areas of life to pay attention to. So go check that out at BeyondMystic.academy. If you aren't able to attend live at 1 p.m. on Friday, March 15th, the replay will be available whenever you would like to watch that, so you can still take part. And we've got a 20% off discount code ECLIPSE20 that is valid until March 15th at midnight. So you can use that discount code if you want to learn how to harness the power of eclipses. So I'm super, super excited for that. Back to the chart for today. So I've talked about how we're in the last week of this astrological year. We're entering into eclipse energy. We've also got, as of just a few days ago, Mercury has left Pisces and entered the sign of Aries. So this is very good news because Mercury was at fall detriment in Pisces, and a lot of people were expressing how they felt they were in almost a little bit of a retrograde type feeling energy. it's a lot more grounded with Mercury in Aries. But I will be honest with you guys, we are having Sun conjunct Neptune this week, which is a very Piscean influence, very dreamy and imaginative, but good that we've got that Mercury in Aries, because Mercury is the planet that rules our day-to-day activities and forms of communication. So we can feel coming into this week that we're able to communicate clearer, understand things clearer, get some of those day-to-day activities done more effectively, but we're still feeling the Piscean vibe with, us being at the end, critical degrees of Pisces season, Neptune conjunct the sun. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. I feel like with Mercury and Aries now, we can feel things moving more quickly for the whole rest of the month. So Mercury will be in Aries for the whole rest of the month. And we've got, important to note, mark your calendars, Mercury will be going retrograde in Aries on April 1st. So from April 1st to April 25th, we will have a Mercury retrograde in Aries. I think most of us know what Mercury retrogrades are all about. We just have to be extra mindful of our communication. Not the best time to be taking new action, signing important documents that we've just come up with an idea of. It's better to just take a step back, watch what's going on, and wait till Mercury moves direct before making any big moves. But that's still a few weeks away, but just important for us to be aware of that. Mark that in our calendars. What we've also got going on this week is Venus, beautiful Venus, the planet of love and our values and abundance and the divine feminine, has entered, as of a few days ago, her exalted sign of Pisces. So exalted is the second most favorite place for a planet to be, other than its home sign or home signs, if it has two home signs. So Venus loves to be in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces. And this is fantastic for all of us, especially good for Taurus and Libra sun risings and moons, because Tauruses and Libras are ruled by the planet Venus. So you guys can be feeling extra good, even looking extra good and sexy, even just physically, emotionally, spiritually, on all levels, feeling really good. So that's really nice for the Taurus and Libras. For all of us, we can be feeling naturally more dreamy and romantic when it comes to love life. And also in whole sign astrology, Virgos, Scorpios, and Leos can be starting new relationships. So because you've got Venus transiting over their 7th house while it's in Pisces, the Scorpios, because they've got Venus transiting over their 5th house, and the Leos, because they have Venus transiting over their 8th house. So those are the houses of kind of like relationship, love, merging with others. So yeah, good time for Virgos, Scorpios, and Leos if you're single to be dating, putting yourself out there, letting people know that you like them if you like them. Love is definitely in the air and very strong with Venus in Pisces. And it's interesting because we're going to see Venus start to come into a strong conjunction with Saturn. As of this week, Venus is in a very light conjunction to Saturn. They will be exactly conjunct on March 21st. So Granddaddy Saturn is the planet that's all about our commitments and responsibility and reality checks and harsh life lessons. So Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, is giving us reality checks around our relationships this week and even going into next week, this whole eclipse season, with the full moon lunar eclipse happening in Libra, one of Venus's home signs, the sign that rules love relationships, committed relationships. So, if you're in a healthy relationship at the moment, it is going to be up-leveling to a new level of commitment, which is very nice and positive. And for those of us who may not be in very healthy relationships, those are going to be very much at the forefront. Saturn's going to be giving us really big reality checks around that. Also, the eclipses, so important, so important. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but so important for us to be honest with ourselves. you guys, about what's going on, especially with all these Pisces energies, which can be very dreamy, a little bit airy-fairy. Pisces is beautiful because it's spirituality and creativity and magic, but we are souls having a human experience here on Mother Earth right now. And so we're not just ethereal souls floating out in space. We are in these bodies, which Saturn rules the structures of reality, time, space, our structures, and Saturn helps us to operate day to day in these structures. So if something is not in alignment and not grounded, it is definitely going to be shown right in our face at this time during this eclipse season. And it's in the area of relationships. That's the most highlighted area. So just really paying attention, you guys, to any red flags coming up around love relationships, committed relationships, which can be like business, things that we're committed to. There's big changes happening for all of us, depending specifically on where we're at in our committed relationships. So I want to share as well, March 17th is going to be the day that we'll have the exact Sun-Neptune conjunction. So you're going to want to be aware of, I think that's a Sunday, March 17th. Woo, that is really Piscean vibes with the Sun and Neptune both exactly conjunct at 27 degrees of Pisces. So we can be feeling really dreamy and imaginative and creative on this day. This is a fantastic day for any kind of spiritual practice, meditation, sound healing, prayer, any kind of spiritual practice is going to be fantastic for that day. Shamanic journeying, chanting, anything that you like to do. Pisces has a lot to do with sound and sound healing, so it would be a really good day for that. And the moon is going to be in Cancer, a fellow water sign. So Pisces and Cancer are both water signs. So this is going to be, and the moon is at home, rulership in Cancer. This is a really intuitive, spiritual day. And this is just 2 days before the spring equinox, the astrological new year. So I think this is a fantastic day, weekend that we're going to be stepping into to do any kind of spiritual healing, spiritual cleansing, right? Pisces rules the spiritual healing modalities, different spiritual cleansing practices. And we can be getting some really big intuitive insights, some very prophetic, important dreams as well. And we could probably be feeling more tired than usual as Pisces rules sleep. So just making sure you're resting, kind of recuperating, retreating before we enter that spring equinox if you're in the northern hemisphere. So very powerful stuff with that Sun conjunct Neptune. Let me know in the comments if you guys have been feeling that energy, that Pisces energy really strong. I know I sure have for sure. So also want to mention, as we're getting into this week, we've got Uranus and Jupiter starting to get into their strong conjunction. We're about just over a month away from April 20th, which is going to be the big daddy, one of the biggest astrological events of the year, the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction at 21 degrees of Taurus. So I'll be talking about that in some of the upcoming content coming up. But this is, Uranus rules Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, future, innovation, invention, the collective brotherhood, sisterhood of humanity. And Jupiter is blessings, positivity, optimism, wisdom, growth. So this is a positive aspect overall, and it's happening in Taurus, which rules our values, comfort, stabilities of life, money, food, music, and the arts. So it's interesting that we're seeing, the cryptocurrency have really big highs at this time. And I'm not a financial expert or anything, you guys, but astrologically, with that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, I think we're still going to be seeing big crypto highs coming. The cryptocurrency market is going to be very highlighted. And, Uranus rules unpredictability and unexpected shocking events. So from now all the way into May, as we're in the energy of this conjunction, there can be very shocking events, news coming up having to do with money, cryptocurrency, the financial system, food, the arts, our values, collective changes in values, but it's positive because we've got Jupiter conjunct Uranus. So very, very exciting. You're going to want to look in your chart where you've got 21 degrees of Taurus to see what area that is activating for you specifically. And as I said, I'll talk about that more in depth in upcoming content. So yeah, in the next Beyond Astro, I'll do a deep dive into the spring equinox chart, our natural new year chart, astrological new year, which is very, very interesting. And before I pull some cards for us for this week, want to bring up as well that my husband Jens is going to be doing his weekly Expanding Consciousness show. I've got the wrong date. Sorry, Jans. Sorry, everybody. I've got the wrong date on this poster, but it's going to be today, March 13th, as I'm filming this video at 5 p.m. Eastern, his weekly Expanding Consciousness show. And Jens has been having so much fun joining Beyond Mystic and doing his weekly shows. He's amazing at bridging spirituality with conspiracy. And he's been getting lots of good feedback on his show so far. So that'll be on YouTube and Rumble today, March 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So you guys are going to want to go check that out. Okay, so let's pull some cards for us for the week on how to best navigate the current astrological energies that we've got going on. As we're at the end of the astrological year, we're entering eclipse season. Sun conjunct Neptune, all this Pisces energy. Holy guacamole. Wow, okay. We got some strong cards coming through. I'm pulling from my Hero Tarot deck. And I'm pulling from my one of my astrology decks as well. Okay, so there is challenge and uncomfort. We've got the Five of Wands, struggles and challenges. We've got the Page of Swords reversed, Secret Service messenger, and the Tower reversed, the sudden revelation of truth. So I feel like, and this is crazy, all three of these cards have lightning on them. How crazy is that? And not all the cards in this deck have lightning. And it's interesting, lightning is ruled by Uranus in astrology. We've got, Uranus starting to get into that strong conjunction with Jupiter. We've got Uranus square Mars. I'm feeling intuitively, I'm going to be honest, that a lot of us are in struggle and challenge. And it's interesting because I was sharing that on the Into the Storm show that I was very happy to join Penny Kelly and Jean-Claude on last night. And when JC was asking me, Meg, what are you kind of noticing in the collective right now? I was honest and I said, I'm noticing a lot of people struggling at the moment with being conscious and being aware. This is more directed to the woo people, like having the awareness that we have while trying and needing to operate within this system, within this matrix, within this old dying paradigm. It's a freaking challenge and it's weird. It's very, very weird. And so I've been really feeling that in the collective. And that's what I'm feeling when I'm pulling these cards, is like, it's not easy. And a lot of us are in a tired frequency, which is very Pisces too. A lot of us are tired of the BS. We're tired from knowing the information that we've known as being light workers, as being conscious people. And it's not that we're better than other people that are not like that. We've just kind of woken up earlier and it's not easy. We've already gone through a tower moment by having the awareness that we have. we've already been there and we're just dealing with still the paradigm changing. But I feel like, and I've been feeling this for the whole past couple months, as we enter the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, it's going to be a very positive energy shift. We got the Jupiter card for those of us that are awake and aware. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the collective. It's not going to be just airy fairy and, oh, everything's okay now. We've got really intense eclipses. We've got really intense transits for the whole, rest of the year. But I feel like for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, in the spring equinox, having this astrological new year, there's something very positive about this new energy that we're stepping into, where it's going to start to become easier. I feel like this winter has been very challenging for a lot of us. Let me know in the comments, you guys, if I'm resonating with you or not with this. Look at all that lightning on the cards. Like, it's felt like a lightning storm for a lot of us, right? It's felt chaotic. It's felt weird. It's like, when is this storm going to end? There's still a lot of changes that need to happen in the collective, but I feel like somehow there's going to be a shift of energy. We got two very positive cards, Jupiter and the Yang card. There's going to be a very positive shift in energy where it's easier for us to move forward as we go into the spring, as we go into the summer. I'm going to pull some other cards from my Trust Your Vibes deck. I hope I'm making sense how I'm explaining this to you guys. I'm feeling the energy very, very strong. Okay, so from my Trust Your Vibe, wow. I keep getting these cards. Okay, I keep getting these cards for us every time I pull from this deck. Both ruled by Pisces. The past, clear the past, and meditate. So this week, really good time to be doing clearing, spiritual healing, clearing, and meditation. Clearing out the struggles and challenges of the past astrological year. It's too heavy for us to be carrying into this new astrological year. We don't need to be carrying on to it anymore. And I'm really feeling forgiveness as a theme. For a lot of us, I'm hearing Spirit say, what do we need to forgive? Who do you need to forgive? And just let it go. Let it go. Move forward. It's going to be easier for us to move forward if we're not holding on to the heavy pain and trauma and struggle and challenge of the past year. So yeah, this card has kept coming up for us over and over and over again. And I've been sharing with you guys that I've been having challenges meditating lately. I'm very hyperactive. I'm very ADD to begin with, but I used to be able to meditate a lot, even just in silence, sitting there. And the past few years, I've had a very big challenge doing that. So I'm also hearing Spirit say, you guys, if it's also been challenging for you to meditate at this time, even if you can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't have to be like an hour of you sitting there. Even short amounts of time of meditation, once or twice a day, is going to help us move through and naturally let go of some of these struggles in our auric field, heavier energies that we've been holding on to. So I hope that makes sense. How I've been sharing but the good news is, as we enter the astrological new year, for us woo-woo people, positive energies, it's going to be easier for us to deal with the rapid expansion that is going on. And I'm feeling Spirit say that's because as we enter this astrological new year, it's like things are going to start happening quickly that we've been talking about, that we've kind of been predicting and feeling. It's not going to be so much just talking about it. It's actually the experience of it, which is affirming, right? So, wow, those are some very strong energies there. Thank you guys so much for watching another Beyond Astro weekly forecast with me. I love doing these Beyond Astros. I love being on Beyond Mystic, and I'm very, very grateful to be a part of this family and community with all of you. I genuinely mean that, and I love meeting you guys in the personal consultations. Everybody is just so magical and very beautiful souls. So you all rock. You're all very, very awesome. Before I finish up this video today, I just want to remind you guys again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube and Rumble channels. And yeah, see you guys next week when we'll be in the astrological new year, and we'll look at the new year charts and the eclipse chart. Very, very exciting stuff. So I love you guys so, so much. I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Mwah. Have an absolutely magical week.